LGBTQ plus month, y'all. Okay, so today we are here discussing money in the LGBTQ plus community. We are talking about how to have it, how to keep it, how to never run out of it. So stay tuned till the end. Okay, so I was at a pride party recently, like yesterday, and a friend of mine was telling me,
it was just horrible, yeah. I can't even tell you, like the whole, first of all, we spent so much on the wedding, and then it's not even a legal thing, so we're just doing it for the sake of doing it, and we're getting married and all that, and it's fine. And then you have everybody from the parivar, that side, this side, everyone asking us like, oh, now what's your plans from the future? This wedding would have cost a bomb, but now what? Like, what about your finances, your savings, and what you're going to do? And come on, yeah, it's not like the system's making it any more easier for us, okay? It's like, what is a rule for us is not a rule for them. What is a rule for them is not a rule for us. It doesn't apply to us. We can be a couple, but we're not going to be legal, so there are no like legal rights to it. You can't co-sign on a loan, can't get an account like a joint account anywhere, can't co-own a property. Like, come on, yeah, so many problems. Like, it's just like overwhelming. And you know, I would just rather like I don't even like till a couple of years ago it wasn't even a problem. Okay, but now all of a sudden, oh, like now there are responsibilities and like I'm just going crazy. Like I don't know where to begin. I really don't.
let me put it this way, you guys. I mean, it is more than ever now. It is important for y'all to rally around your money. Like, you know, you need to know how to make more money, how to invest. You need to know how to save. And okay, I'm gonna go through it like one by one. So myth number one, you cannot open a joint account with a friend. Well, technically you can. No bank can stop you from opening a joint account with just your friend. You don't need to give them proof of like family relationship or anything like that for a joint account. You can choose. Now here's the catch. Not all banks offer you this facility. So you gotta kind of test the waters and don't go like, I don't know, I would think that it's easier to get a joint account with a friend or with a partner at a bank like a Citibank or a HDFC rather than going to, I don't know, like an SBI, right? So that's just straight off the top. I just think that would be maybe SBI. The older the bank, maybe they're more jaded about it, because a lot of people have told me that, you know, they get dirty looks, and that's basically the reason that they won't go and ask for that. And that's just stupid. You have a right. You should just call the bank and like just find out, press for it, and don't let them give you dirty looks. Like, don't let them intimidate you. If it's a facility and if there is no like nothing in the rules that says that you have to be a family member, which there isn't. It's just that not all banks may subscribe to that kind of norm, but you gotta check it out. Like, you really gotta check it out. You all should go through all the resources in the description below. That'll give you a little more information about all the stuff that I'm talking about, and it'll be a pretty good. Of course, I'm not here. I can't give you all the information. You gotta do some research by yourself. You gotta talk to friends. You gotta get a lawyer, get an accountant. Oh my God. I cannot stress how much you need an accountant. Like, if you guys haven't filed your returns, please do that. Like, file your returns. Like, be legal, guys. Be legal. There's a way to beat the system. The myth number two that we are busting is that you cannot have your partner as a nominee when you get like a life insurance cover, which to a certain degree, it is up to you who you nominate. You can even nominate a friend. It is not a big deal. But here's the catch. There's always a catch. Here's the catch. A legal heir of yours can contest it in court. If you die, for God forbid, touch wood, whatever, like upon your death, even if you've nominated your partner to bequeath all of, you know, the cover amount, well, it's still gonna kind of come down to whether your mom or your dad or anybody related to you that's a blood relative comes and contests that in court, which they can, and legally they kind of have a stronghold there, so they may end up winning. I mean, if you can work around that, why not, right? So yeah, that's a point to think about. A lot of my friends think that, well, you can't even nominate a partner. That's not true. You can nominate a partner, but the fear of an air contesting is, we're gonna move on to like 5 good money saving habits that a couple can inculcate if you're from the community, and we're gonna talk about it in reference with the Indian climate right now. I wouldn't say things are that bad, for the community. Like, I'm sure things are getting better. Things were worse like a couple of years ago. Just a couple of years ago, things were so bad. But the past 2 years have been pretty good, and I can see changes, and I can see, social climate's changing a little bit. More people coming out with their friends and their families, and everybody's, integrating, and it's great. It's beautiful. I wish that kind of a season could be highlighted in the financial environment as well. That would be really great. Yeah. Okay, you guys, the first point I'd like to talk about is savings. I know everybody says this. I know our grandmothers and grandfathers used to do this, but how many of y'all have a saving account? How many of y'all actually have like savings in your account? And how much are we talking? You'll have careers of 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, I don't know, whichever stage of your financial freedom you're at. You need to have savings, okay? And more than savings, you can't just get a bunch of cash and stick it in the mug. No, it's not gonna do anything. Like just putting it in a savings account is not enough. Make a plan. You need a plan. It could be anything. It could be $10, it could be $20, it could be $30 a month, but you need to start. You need to set a target, and you need to pay yourself the savings before you can spend everything else. So decide on an amount, pay yourself that before you can spend the rest. So you've kind of secured that amount, and no matter what, that amount's not going anywhere. That is not a breakable amount. And this is for people who don't have a starting capital, okay? If you already have a starting capital, and if it's doing nothing in your savings account or it's in some stupid FD, well, it's not gonna work for you. It's not gonna make money for you while you sleep. So you need to start investing. You need to study. You need to, or, find a person who can do it for you. Find somebody who can be your broker, or learn how to trade. Subscribe to my channel. Yeah, start with that. Start somewhere. Start small. I hope you have savings in gold. Savings in any kind of asset, especially gold and silver, is really cool, but it needs to keep growing. It can't be a one-time thing. That's the thing with savings. It has to keep accruing. It has to grow somewhere. So you need to do it. You need to set a discipline, and you need to do it every month. Here are the things you can invest in. You can invest in mutual funds, bonds, stocks, crypto, commodities. There are so many things in the Indian market you can invest in. If you want to be a safe player and you think you're a total newbie, which please, I urge you, do not be newbies about money. Money is something that you need to grow a relationship with. You cannot say, I do not understand money, and be 50 years old, because then it's too late. It's when you're young that you need to understand money. So you cannot be, you can be a newbie now, but now that you're watching this video, I hope you start to think about where your money is going, okay? So, okay, getting back to the point, tangent! Yeah, so like I said, if you want to play it safe, then basically you can start with gold, invest in gold. You can do it through Google Pay, you can do it through Paytm, you can do it through PhonePe. They all have gold vaults, and it's pretty much safe. It's a safe way to, you can the best part about what I like about gold savings on these apps is that you can save really tiny amounts. And that's great. That's great for the motivation, and it's great. So, but then start somewhere, and start by not just saving. This point's not just about saving, it's about saving and investing your money. You don't have to invest all of your money. It's always good to diversify all your liquidity. Whatever money you have, you just have to keep it in many baskets. You can't have it just in one place. So if you're doing crypto, buy a couple of coins, buy a couple of types of coins, not just Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever. If you're doing stocks, not every stock is gonna do well. You're a learner. You don't want to take high risks. So yeah, get a tip, or do your research really well and look into it. Like really, really look into it. For everything, right? Read the fine print. I would like everybody to start reading the fine print. And what you don't understand is your right to understand, because at the end of 10 years, when somebody ups away with your money, you're not going to be able to say, oh, but then I didn't understand what was in the fine print. So no, read the fine print. Like, tell them, I'll take a couple of days, yo. I'll need a couple of days to sign this shit. The second tip I have for you is start saving for your retirement. Yes, start a retirement fund, and you can start 2 individual funds, but you can plan it together. So therefore, the love builds. Yep. So 2 independent retirements according to what you're making. And I think as far as everybody's financial journey, and especially when it comes to a couple, I think a couple needs to discuss their money. That's really important. If you're the kind of couple that's like you're individuals, but you're still a couple, then it's fine, right? Like not getting into your private space. But I think if you're one of those couples that is really close and you're committed to living your lives together, then I think you should have a talk about money. It's important. Not that who's gonna run away with what, or like, I'm not talking about a prenup. Please don't get me wrong. Don't quote me on saying that you'll need a prenup. No, that is not the point. That is not where we're going with this. What I mean is, like, sit and discuss it. You need to know where you want to be 20, 25 years from now. How much of a capital, how much of a corpus, yeah, that's what they're calling it. Corpus, which sounds like a corpse, but okay. How much corpus? It's like the lump sum of money that you have, okay? So you need to discuss how much you want. You need to set a goal, because if you're gonna go blindly, you're never gonna get there. Like, trust me, it's never gonna happen. Sometimes people can't even reach, like, people will set a goal that is not ideal, or like it's not feasible, and then they will just miss it entirely. But that's why you need to talk about. That's why you need to sit and plan, do the math, see if it's possible. How much are you making now? How much is he making, she making? Whatever, like, sit down, do the math. Use a calculator. Buy a big, huge, pink, fluffy calculator and use it. The third money saving habit I have for you is, well, this is kind of like an odd one to say, but I would really suggest that you all had somebody to talk about, like, financially, somebody who is sound, like either your accountant or a lawyer, or if you have one in the family, please go ask them. But as far as I know, like, accountants and lawyers never give free advice. So you're gonna have to pay somebody to give you proper advice. And I am not a financial manager. I'm just a rich kid. So I'm just here helping out, doing my bit, getting on YouTube, and I'm doing my thing. You do yours. Down the road, it's always good to have somebody who knows your case from beginning to end and can advise you properly. And for that, I know it's easier said than done, because you don't get very many people who appreciate talking about these kind of things. But here's fingers crossed, and this is why this generation needs to help a brother or sister out, and we need to help each other out. So hopefully down in the comments, comment, leave a link if y'all can help each other out. Like, leave links to your Instagram, your Facebook, for people to connect down in the comments. Like, this is why we're making this video. Hello, my lovely. The fourth tip is this is kind of not a money saving tip, but this is important in the context of a relationship. Leave a will. Like, really make a will, both of y'all, and leave whomever to whoever and whatever you want in a will. And the reason you need a will is, at least, a lot of people think about it when they're 70 or when they're 60 or when they're 50, but as a gay couple, you need more of a background net. You need more of a blanket, right? Because I know from experience, and a lot of friends have told me, that there is not many family members that are backing this relationship. So in the case that you're in your 20s and your 30s and you've just started your careers, and God forbid, something happens midway to 60, your spouse or your partner is going to be left without any security, and maybe they don't have any family either who's backing them. And it's always a wise thing to think about what you're bequeathing to who in a will. I know that's morbid, guys. I don't mean to sound this way, but it's just like, I would say it was common sense. It's common sense, y'all. Just, you know. The fifth and the final money making, saving, keeping point that I have for y'all is you'll need to start educating. Like, we all, it's everybody. It's just everybody. In 2020, we hit a recession, okay? That's our recent recession. Will the economic climate change for the next 15 years? Let's just say it's not gonna go all the way back uphill, okay? It is very, very unlikely. In the current climate, money has become the super focus of so many people. And more than ever, people are trying to make money, and they'll make it at whatever cost. You know, and when I say whatever cost, I mean whatever cost, okay? Like just anything, like TikTok, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I have nothing against TikTok, but some of these crazies on there are just really, like, the amount of influence they have is just crazy. But okay, moving on, tangent. Moving on, what I'm trying to say is you'll need to really stay in the know. You need to educate yourself. There's never a time better than now, whatever age you are. And if you've skipped that part of life where, and let me tell you, in schools, they don't teach you how to handle money. If you're a commerce student, then it's a different ballgame. And even then, it's like applied finance is not a thing that you teach. You don't get taught applied finance, all right? But it's up to everybody to learn what they need to know. So if you need to know about money, there are more than enough resources on the internet and my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Yeah, look at my nails. I love my nails. I love my nails. Do you love my nails? Comment. Okay, so more than ever, more than ever, we need to educate ourselves. We need to find forums. We need to find support groups. We need to find people who can advise us on what we need to know, especially about money. If you don't know, learn. And you can't ask 10 people because 10 people may give you half-baked ideas. So you need to research yourself. You cannot blame anybody else for the lack of or thereof, financial stability. It is your doing. You need to take responsibility for it. So educate yourself. My last and final point is just educate the shit out of yourself so that you know that you're so good at how you're handling your money. You know that, okay, you know what? There is a study that says that 60% of, I'm talking like the worldwide population that suffers from stress because of finances, because of financial pressures. Okay, so I am so excited about this part because this part is fun. Okay, these are 3 hacks for people in the LGBTQ community who want to form like couples or get married, or you have a partner and you want to settle down and you want to save money together. So these are 3 hacks. Okay, I'll start with the first one. The first one's actually not my idea. This actually happened. I read an article about this. A gay couple decided to buy 2 apartments close to each other, like next to each other, and just break down the middle wall because they couldn't co-own the apartment that they were buying because they were a gay couple. And this happened in India. This is an Indian story. And so they just break down the center wall, and now it's one big sprawling apartment, and they're like, yay, we have a home. So yeah, that's a hack for y'all. I think that was really neat. That was really cool. Imagine doing that. That would be awesome. But yeah, the goal should be to each of y'all get a house of your own and then just go book it next to each other, and they're like, you're set. The second hack is start a business. This is obvious, right? I think this is really obvious. I think anybody who's thought about it or really knows anything about how money works, they would want to combine their finances, and the only way to do that without the whole upheaval is start a business. You can just co-own a business. You can and nobody can question you. But yeah, there are a lot of what business are you gonna start? How are you gonna start it? It has to be a working business. Are you cut out for business? Do you really want to do a business? Are you having do you have a cushy job? Do you want to just sit on your couch on Netflix? I don't know. I don't know what your thing is, but that's hack number 2. If you really, really, really want to do it and you want to combine and fuse those accounts, you can just open a business. Third hack, and I cannot believe I'm saying this. I would just like to set out a disclaimer. I am very, very not anti-Indian, okay? I love my country, Mera Bharat Mahan, and like really, like I even learned Hindi because I love the language so much. So like my Hindi is like bahut acha man. Like you really need to listen to me. But no, here's the point. It's just a fact. Like it's really, really, really a fact, and the people who love you will tell you that maybe the climate in a country like India is not the greatest, and it's not gonna change that quickly, okay? It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take maybe a decade, maybe a decade and a half. We don't know. If y'all are the type of peeps that are going, we're gonna pioneer the shit out of this, and that's great. Y'all stay here and y'all do that and you'll be part of the movement. But is it more easy to just get a job, move abroad, be happy? Yeah, it really, it kind of is. I mean, you have to have a choice, and also you have to have a career that backs that kind of a choice, because you don't just get to migrate doing any job, right? But if you have an opportunity, I would say as a couple, move abroad, totally. So if you're the pioneering generation, then go for it. Bless y'all. But one option would be to migrate abroad. Like, oh my god, cuties, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Tell me how you liked it. Tell me, give me comments, give me advice. Let me know where I screwed up, what you'd like to see. Tell me all about it. Like, subscribe, it would really help out, because all the money in the world cannot buy the love of an audience like y'all. So please help me out by liking and subscribing to my channel. I love y'all. Bye. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a very, very rich man's very, very rich daughter, okay? So peace out. None of this was financial advice. I just have money so I can talk.